Hey guys, back with another video. Something a little different here. A review of a game where I'm actually going to play it as I'm reviewing it. We're at the main menu here. And this game is Undertale. Now this is only on the PC and Mac, and it actually, without spoiling anything, it actually can't really work as a console game. Which is maybe a little unfortunate because this game is one of the best games I've ever played. That might seem crazy, but yeah, this game is absolutely amazing, and it's for only $10. This is one of the few games where, I really want people to play this game so bad, that I would just recommend people just play it immediately. And it's one of those games where it would be so easy to spoil what makes it special, so I'm only going to show a little bit of the game and kind of how it works. So immediately we're in a battle here, which, yeah, it's a turn-based RPG similar to Earthbound. In fact, the guy who worked on this game, he originally worked on Earthbound hacks. So yeah, you can tell, you can definitely get an Earthbound vibe from this game. But one of the main things with this game is that you can actually complete the entire game without killing any enemies. There's a fight option, but you can basically do a pacifist route where you can actually make friends with enemies. So here we've got the Act category where it's a frog enemy, so we got to figure out, kind of like in a puzzle type fashion, how we're gonna make friends with the enemy. So let's try Threat. And if you're noticing, when the enemy attacks here, I'm controlling the heart here, and I can get hit by his projectiles. And that's how enemies attack you in this game. It's really cool, and the game builds upon that idea in some really interesting ways, especially later on. So we've actually kind of fulfilled his requirements or whatever, so we can spare him here. And you'll notice I don't get any experience, only gold. You get experience from killing enemies, but not from saving enemies. So, okay, visually, it probably doesn't look like much. This game, the visuals aren't, they aren't fancy or anything, but I think the visuals will grow on you if you play this game. By the end of the game, I was in love with this game's art style. But yeah, I think that's going to be the hardest sell for a lot of people. They're going to look at screenshots of this game and think it looks like shit, which is unfortunate. And overall, people haven't really been talking about this game too much. There's only, at the time of this review, there's 4 reviews on Metacritic, which is a crying shame. I really think this game needs to be talked about more. See here, the dialogue in this game is absolutely amazing from start to finish. And the game will take you to get to the true ending, which I must recommend everybody try to get the true ending that plays this game. It takes around 12 hours. And obviously, depending on the choices you make throughout the game, events will change, so it's definitely a highly replayable game. This is your save point here, so HP is restored. Save there. But this is the very beginning of the game. I don't want to show too much more in the beginning. Random encounters. So I was able to spare the enemy before. I can spare him here again. Well, we'll continue on. The soundtrack, I don't know if you can hear this that well, but the soundtrack in this game is absolutely phenomenal. One of the best soundtracks of the year. Oh, I forgot how many enemies are here, but here, this time let's fight. Now you'll see here, it's got an action timing battle system where you have to kind of get in that green center, and I'm doing pretty bad right now. This game can get very challenging too. Going for the true ending especially is quite the challenge. So I hope those that do play the game don't try not to give up. It's going to be tough, and there was times in this game where I was very frustrated. But ultimately, the game is just really satisfying and has one of the most absolutely amazing endings I've ever seen in a game. And the characters are amazing too in this game. So, do you like cinnamon or butterscotch? Let's go cinnamon. So this is kind of just the intro dungeon of the game. I guess the story, you play a child that you name in the beginning of the game that falls in this hole in the beginning of the game, and basically ages ago in this world, monsters and humans kind of coexisted, but eventually the humans started fighting the monsters, and all the monsters kind of retreated to this cave that the child finds himself in. And you're the first human to come to this cave in a very long time. This here is one of the first monsters you meet. And that's all I really want to say about the story. Because there's so many twists and turns and surprises, and it seems simple right away, but it gets very deep and complex, and this game is surprisingly emotional too. Like Earthbound, it has just such like amazing emotional moments. So here we'll check here. Like the dialogue in this game is so good. You're mostly solving puzzles in this game. Other than combat, it's mostly puzzles, most of which are quite clever. You do have items that you can collect too. You have like a somewhat of an inventory. You get a bunch of food. Like with Earthbound, you're getting food that you can eat to recover your health. You'll notice I have 22 out of 24 health. So yeah, this game does not have controller support, which immediately threw me off. At the beginning, I wished that this game had controller support, but once you play it and once you finish it, you'll understand why there isn't controller support in this game. This game plays with your expectations as far as role-playing games go. If you've played a bunch of role-playing games, this game will really surprise you and shock you in a lot of ways too. So here we've got kind of a puzzle. This is actually probably one of my least favorite parts of the game, this puzzle here. But I think with this playthrough we're gonna fight every enemy, because I haven't actually done a playthrough where I kill every enemy. My first playthrough was a pacifist playthrough, which is actually very hard. I said this game is challenging because yeah, you don't gain any experience if you don't shit. If you don't fight enemies. So you're going to be at 20 health the entire game. Yeah, this puzzle is kind of annoying. I'm trying to remember. So you have to like remember what the path is like. Let's see. Soul. So he ran away. Oh, see, I'm level 2. See, I was level 1 the entire first playthrough of this game, so seeing a level 2 there is just crazy. You can run away from battles too. Your little heart kind of walks there. You know, I don't really want to show too much more of this game because, like, seriously, even showing like an hour of this game, I think is just too. It spoils, I think, a little too much. So it might not seem like much right now, but it's annoying because yeah, it's going to be a hard sell to people because they might look at it and it doesn't seem all that great, but like it's an amazing game that I really would like pretty much anyone with a PC or Mac to check out. The system requirements aren't very steep on this game. I think you could play this thing on like really crappy computers. And yeah, $10 is just like so worth it for this experience. Like I haven't been this enamored with a game in a long time, and I can't wait to see what differs in this route that I'm playing right now. It's going to be pretty interesting, I think. But yeah, I mean that's about it. I mean this year is the worst part of the game probably, which is funny because it's very early. But yeah, I don't want this video to go on too long. It's a strong recommendation for me, and like this is my favorite game this year. Bloodborne was my previous game of the year, but this has beaten it. You know, if you're a fan of like Earthbound in particular, I think you're really gonna love this game. Like it's just absolutely phenomenal. We might try to get past here first. We'll see how it's up ahead here. So okay, so here's actually one of the funnier moments in the beginning coming up here. We'll show this, and then that will probably be it for this this review. Yeah, a bit different than what I normally do. Oh shit. Hard. some of the attacks are very hard to dodge in this game, especially later in the game. It requires some attention. Certainly, this game does require some patience too. You know, it is a slower paced game, but it was hard to stop playing it, really. Okay, so there's one of the funnier parts of the game. Okay, thanks for being on the space there. So, like, that's like the kind of humor you'll expect from this game. It never takes itself too seriously, although there are definitely moments of seriousness. I love this. I love this. Anytime you find a save point here, knowing the mouse might one day leave its hole and get the cheese fills you with determination. Determination is a key component of this game. But yeah, that's the kind of humor. And like this environment is kind of boring right now, but the environments do get a lot more interesting later. There's a town you'll find that you can explore, plenty of characters to meet, really awesome characters. This is a tiny bit of a spoiler, but you'll find a skeleton character that's one of my favorite characters in any game ever, and you can go on a date with him, and it's the most ridiculous thing ever. It's so hilarious. This ghost keeps saying Z, move it with force, yes. So here's the first actual boss battle. This is probably where I'm gonna end it after this, but you can like flirt with the ghost. I just weigh you down. You gotta dodge his tears here. Like, it's just, like, this game is just, there's so much creativity to this game, and it's so amazing. So I wonder to see fighting him. Really not feeling up to it right now, sorry. You get a cell phone too in this game that's pretty fun to use. Cheer. Dodge his tears. Just a little bit better. Threat. Dodge. Like, some of these are just really hard to dodge, man. But it's always fun. But yeah, that will about do it. I do want to see actually what happens if I actually kill this guy. So I didn't kill him my first playthrough. Man, I'm not used to this being so easy to dodge. Like, some of the later bosses in this game, like, some of their attacks just get ridiculous. Then it helps to have 28 health. Wow, that's huge. Oh right, yeah, this is how I totally forgot about this. So yeah, like I think I've given kind of shown what this game's like without spoiling too much of it. But hopefully I can get at least one person to play this game. I would love to actually talk to people about this game too. And it's just, I really wish this game would get more attention, because I think it's one of the best games of the year. One of the best games I've ever played. Absolutely fantastic. But that will do it, guys. I want to thank you for watching, and I'll see you next time.